Hi, welcome to Charismindful. I'm Dr. Amy Miltich,
I am Matthew Hill, and this is Honey.
and we are talking about the precursors and situations that are right for producing trauma and relating them to the COVID-19 pandemic. And what we're talking about in this particular video is the factor of immobility or our loss to be mobile. And that is a big factor because our bodies were designed to move. And so if we aren't mobile, we're not going out to work every day, we're not going to the gym, we're not doing those activities that we normally do, then our body gets kind of stuck. And if you compound on top of that stressors like what's going to happen and am I going to get sick and all the other stress that's going on with this pandemic, you get what's called the flight or fight syndrome. And this phenomena happens, whenever we feel threatened physically. So it goes back to when we were in the caveman age and we saw a saber-toothed tiger and we had to decide, do I run from the saber-toothed tiger or can I fight the saber-toothed tiger off? So when we find ourselves in that situation, our body has a physiological response, which is to flood us with endorphins and hormones that prepare us either to fight off the tiger or to run really fast from it. Now, we're not in that situation currently, but when we feel threatened by some sort of stressor, or in this case, the pandemic, we have the same sort of response. And if we aren't able to physiologically or physically get rid of those feelings and the hormones and the emotions, then they kick around in our body and they make us very susceptible to trauma, to illness, to poor emotional health, et cetera, et cetera. So we have got to get rid of that kind of stress.
And the way to do that is to find some way to be active. There are so many videos on the YouTube. You can do yoga. You can go out for a run, assuming you do social distancing properly. You can go for a walk. You can go for a hike. There are videos all you need for body weight exercises. The key is just to do some activity where hopefully you break a sweat once a day.
And we'll try to post some videos here, or at least some links to videos of things that you can do. Even if you're not someone who worked out a ton before, we'll try to post some things that you can do to try to stay active.
Yep. We have some great friends. Some of the dangers of immobility and stress, if you don't remain active, are turning to substances. Things like alcohol, drugs, eating, a lot of those things. Too much of those things can be very, very damaging and very, very hurtful to our bodies.
It can also lead to situations of abuse, which if you've read the news or anything on Facebook or Twitter or any of the social media outlets lately, they're talking about a 30% rise in domestic abuse in Europe. Child abuse is on the rise, neglect, emotional abuse of children. All of those things can be very damaging and lead to really poor outcomes if we're not mindful of that and aware of it. So make sure you're trying to modify and keep your stress level as low as possible. One of the dangers also, if you're not able to stay active and get rid of that stress, if you're not turning to substances and you're not turning it outward to someone else with abuse, is self-harm. So suicide and self-harm, cutting, those sorts of things, self-injurious behaviors are also on the rise. So it is very, very important to stay active, move your body, stay engaged, do the best you can.
Take your dog for a walk.
Walk a dog. Thanks for watching today's video.
We hope that it helped you.
If you want to see more of us, don't forget to subscribe and then click the bell to turn on post notifications so that you don't miss a single video.
Check out our website, charismindful.net, and follow social medias in the descriptions below.
And if you have any questions, leave us a comment.
See you in the next one.